What's up, everybody? It's Why We Love Horror Trivia, and never mind the fact that I have a giant pillow in front of me. My arm hurts for no reason, so I can't rest it on the desk. It hurts, so that's what I'm doing. I'm John Marr, by the way. That's Aaron Brooks. Aaron, how are you? How are your arms today?
My arms feel great. I'm very excited for this match. Very good teams match here. I think it's going to be super close, which I know I say all the time, but I'm usually right. And we got SK on SK violence tonight.
Yeah, we haven't really decided what's going on with the who's going to be challenging for the team's belts yet. I figure we'll get some matches in, see how everybody's doing, and then a picture will form out of it. But yeah, sure. These actually are the two highest ranked teams in the league, if you can believe it. The former champs and the probably, which I hear all the time in our leagues, the best team never to challenge for the title, going one-on-one. The higher ranked team chose to come in first, so Hunter Chambless, the hitman himself. The Jeremy Adams, the Scream Kings, guys. You are technically, if we came right down to it, the number one contenders right now. You're the highest ranked team, the best record in the league, outside of the champions. How do you guys feel going into this match?
I'm a little nervous because I know how good our opponents are, but I put in the work as much as possible. I know Jeremy has as well, so let's see if we can do some damage.
Your opponents, though, are the one-time Why We Love Horror Teams Why We Love Horror Trivia Teams champions, the Skeleton Krew. It's the notable prick, Erick Ibarra Moreno, and Jake Collins' best friend, Jacob Cameron. How's it going, guys?
Scarlet letter.
Probably curse. Yeah.
It's going good. It's good to be back. It has been a while since I've played in a regular standard non-like Clips or Jeopardy or anything like that for me in a while, so it's good to be back.
Yeah. Eric?
Yeah, I've been playing a couple times. I know our opponents pretty well. I played them both in singles last year. They are formidable. They, as a team, are very scary. Apparently, we used to be scary too. I don't know about that. We're the second ever team champs. So that's kind of cool. I never expected to win a title, but that's kind of cool. And best of luck to our opponents, the SKs. The SKs rule the league, except for not being the champs. The champs really run the league, to be honest.
Champs are a bunch of BS. Anyway, haha, it's funny. We're making letter puns. Anyway, we're here for 3 rounds of horror trivia today. Round number 1 is always the same in teams. It's just a regular old whiteboard round. Prior to the match, both teams drafted 4 custom categories, and I wrote 8 one-point questions, and I'll ask the questions with Aaron in the order those questions were drafted. All players have 15 seconds per question to write their answers down on their whiteboards. Then I'll call time. Pens will be put down. People turn around their boards, say their answers, and show me their answers when they're called upon. Correct answer worth 1 point each. No penalty for wrong answers. Get all 8 questions right. There's a 9th bonus question. And for the duration of this match, both teams have 4 repeats in a challenge. Any questions before we get started?
Nope.
All right, your first question. I can't believe it. Scream. To date, in how many Scream films does Roger L. Jackson provide voice work for Ghostface? I think I can go another year writing Scream questions, before it's going to get crazy.
We'll see about that.
I can do it. I think I can do it.
Question number 2.
Well, this isn't a speed round.
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy.
6.
Jacob.
6.
Hunter.
All 6.
And Eric.
6.
Not a trick question. It's all 6 movies. All right, now you can go, Aaron.
Sorry about that. I was so excited to ask this question in Hannibal Lecter. In Hannibal, in which Italian city do we first see the titular character? I can write Hannibal questions for another 2 years.
Yeah. It's not picked nearly as often.
It's picked a decent amount, though. We do have Eric on the show, though.
Yeah. But he matures and goes through categories.
You're right.
Unlike Hunter. 5.
Hey, if it works, if it works, it works.
2, 1.
Nothing.
Jacob.
Rome.
And Hunter.
Rome.
Eric.
Oh, I feel like a dummy. I went with Florence.
And Jeremy.
I also said Florence.
Florence is the right answer.
Wow.
Dummy.
Very good.
I've been to that city. I don't know.
Question number 3 in Stephen King. What generally does the factory where all the characters work make in Graveyard Shift? And I'll accept general answers. What does the factory make?
Hannibal made the right choice going to Florence.
Nice weather there.
Yeah.
Much better than Rome, depending on the time you go. Of course.
Yep. Better
weather-wise.
Architecture, art. Just it's more Hannibal speed there.
Great place to disembowel somebody. 5, 4,
Great.
3,
Good wine.
2, 1. We'll start with Hunter.
I said shoes.
And Eric.
I said steel.
Jeremy.
Steel.
And Jacob.
Machine parts.
It is a textile or a fabric mill
Okay.
in Graveyard Shift.
Okay.
All right. Question number 4 in Neon. Who directed Possessor?
Aaron's getting all his favorite questions.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what to pick that he likes. Most of the time. I'm still sorry for making you watch Candyman 3.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not watching a ton of bad movies, so I'm getting used to watching shit. It's great. I kind of like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric.
Brandon Cronenberg.
Jerome.
Brandon Cronenberg.
Jacob.
I said Seth Cronenberg.
And Hunter.
Brandon Cronenberg.
Get out of the call, Jacob. Brandon Cronenberg.
I'm sorry, Eric. I thought first name.
No, apologize to me, not Eric. It's okay.
Moving on to Jenna Ortega. How is it revealed Beetlejuice originally died in Beetlejuice?
And we're out.
It was great. It was a good run when we had it, guys.
And Beetlejuice had to come up. My God.
I was wondering if it's going to come up. Like I figured, it's horror adjacent enough. Probably
Yes, it will come up. It's horrendous.
It's got the tag.
Yep. We have a video on the channel about it, so it definitely counts in the genre.
I really should stop checking Letterboxd for the tags.
Yep.
Jeremy, how did Beetlejuice die?
Poisoned.
Jacob.
There's a plane crash in that movie somewhere, right?
That's how the pedophile almost dies. Hunter.
I said poisoned as well.
And Eric.
Poisoned.
He's poisoned, but then he axe murders the lady that poisoned him before he dies.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 6. Tom Atkins. You'll find the town of Harmony in which movie starring Tom Atkins?
Tom Atkins is in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good category. I like this category because
He's a nice young. He's a young man. And
You're welcome? Question mark. Yes. I don't know.
Hello, Orlock.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Jacob.
My Bloody Valentine.
Hunter.
I said Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Eric.
My Bloody Valentine.
And Jeremy.
Didn't have it.
With that, we're tied back up. My Bloody Valentine is
Good job.
correct.
Nice.
I'm
job.
halfway through that movie. I haven't finished it. But
In composers, who composed the scores to Imaginary, Happy Death Day, and The Last Voyage of the Demeter? That's all over the place quality-wise.
Yeah. You got one bad, one good, and one okay.
And one MCU movie. Five, 4,
Repeat.
All right. It's your first repeat for the Scream Kings. Who composed the scores to Imaginary, Happy Death Day, and The Last Voyage of the Demeter? And I call it The Last Voyage of the Demeter an MCU movie because if you don't think those last 3 minutes are an MCU ending, you don't watch MCU movies.
we have like a post-credit scene teasing the next chapter.
It's just the way the hero like pursues Dracula at the end of the movie. It's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. The rest of the movie was good though.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go to Hunter.
I said Brian Tyler.
Eric.
What a stupid answer, Hunter. Brian Tyler.
Jeremy.
I said Bear McCreary.
And Jacob.
Marco Bell, train me.
Bear McCreary did
Good
this.
job, Jeremy.
That's great.
I think he did drop just now.
Yep.
I think you're right.
And the final, Aaron's got the final question.
Yep. And Oscars. How many Oscars did The Exorcist win? I love an Oscars question.
Hey, we can make room for them here. That's, I guess.
But if it's
Five.
a barbering trip I have to play to get rid of it elsewhere, I will. But yeah, no, this is a good movie. Hot take. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric,
2.
Jerome,
2.
Jacob,
When in doubt, 3.
Hunter.
2.
Ghost is the answer. 2.
At the end of round 1, I have the Scream Kings in the lead 10-8. We will drop this back. We'll bring in the rules for round number 2. Round number 2, our wheel round. All 8 of those categories just talked about are now on a wheel. Side that's in the lead, that's the Scream Kings. They decide the order of play in this round. Whoever goes first spins the wheel. You can either take the category you land on or utilize one respin. Regardless, you're eventually going to get a category. You'll get 5 2-point questions in that category. Multiple choices available. That will devalue the question down to 1 point. You have 2 repeats of the options available on top of your repeats if you want them. You got 15 seconds to answer the question. Please say final answer when you give me your final answer. But be careful, because if your final answer is shit, your opponents can steal. Scream Kings, let me bring that wheel, tell you what's going on. Categories on the wheel today. We got the Scream franchise. We got Hannibal Lecter franchise. Stephen King adaptations. Neon produced. Jenna Ortega acted. Tom Atkins acted. Composers in horror movies. And Oscars for horror movies. You like to spin first or defer?
Jeremy, what do you think?
I guess defer.
All right, we'll defer
All
then.
right.
Skeleton Krew, here's your first spin. When you get movies that are Oscar adjacent in the horror genre.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I think we can do better.
I agree.
Let's
Spin again.
Let's go again.
And you get Jenna Ortega, the girl with the Spanish last name who does not speak Spanish.
Yeah.
We'll put her backstage.
Yeah.
Do you want to read these Jenna Ortega questions, or would you like me to, Aaron?
I mean, I will have to read maybe a Scream or question or two, so I guess I'll take this over having to read 5 Scream questions.
Fair enough.
Yeah, give it to me. All right. Question number 1 for the Skeleton Krew. In X, why does Howard not want to sleep with Pearl?
Because he has heart problems. I'm pretty sure that's it. Because he has heart problems. Final answer.
That is correct for 2
My
points.
heart can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yep. Good excuse. I would say the same thing if Pearl was my wife.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. Including Samara Weaving, how many people reprised their roles as members of the original cult in The Babysitter, Killer Queen?
So it's her, Robbie Amell, Bella Thorne, the lady from Pitch Perfect, and the guy who gets killed.
Answer.
So I think it's 5 if you want to roll with it.
5.
5. Final answer.
5 is correct for 2 points.
Way to
Good
go,
job,
Eric.
guys.
That's why.
Pretty much all of them except for the sacrifice guy.
I'm
He's
so
not a member
glad.
of the cult, so-
That's correct. He doesn't make it to the second movie.
Yeah.
All right. In Insidious Chapter 2, what does Carl use to allow spirits to communicate with him?
He uses dice. Pretty sure it's just dice.
That sounds about right.
Dice. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Question number 4. What comedian plays the next door neighbor of the house the band has rented in Studio 66?
It's Whitney Cummings. That's her name. Whitney Cummings. Final answer.
I would say she's not a comedian, but I guess that's correct.
That's her name.
She's a comedian.
Yeah.
Comedian.
She sure is. All right, and question number 5.
Oh, look what movie it is.
Finally, who shoots Kirby non-fatally in Scream 6?
Oh, why am I forgetting his name? It's Officer Bailey. Yeah. It's their Mulroney, so it's Officer Bailey's his name. Officer Bailey, final answer.
That's acceptable.
We'll take that. Yeah, we have Wayne, but Officer Bailey
Yeah.
will also accept there.
What's his
Good
role?
job,
What's his name?
guys.
Sorry, we can't accept that he's a detective. Sorry, guys, that's wrong.
Oh, challenge now.
That is a clean sweep of the category by,
Getting the
Good
score
job,
up to
guys.
18.
by Eric, and Jacob was also there.
I was also present. I was also present.
We're gonna go back to the Scream Kings for their first spin. Here's your spin,
All right.
and you get composers. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Jeremy, how comfortable do you feel in composers?
I mean, I would feel better if they hadn't swept their category. So
Yeah.
I feel like we should try for something better. It could guide us, but yeah,
Okay.
I don't know that we're gonna get 10 here. So yeah,
Okay, you
let's
wanna spin
let's
again?
spin again.
All right.
You get Tom Atkins.
Should have stuck with composers.
That's
So we're
fine.
gonna drop this back.
Fine.
He's in lots of movies you love.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tom Atkins. Your first question in the movies of Tom Atkins: how is Lieutenant McCrae killed in Maniac Cop?
Oh, God, I meant to look this up and I forgot.
I literally watched this movie recently and I can't remember.
Yeah, I watched it a few months
That
ago.
forgettable. Multiple
All right,
choice.
multiple choice.
A. Impaled. B. Neck broken. C. Thrown from a window. Or D. Hit by a car.
C, thrown from window. Final answer.
You want to do that one?
That is correct for him.
Yeah. Now I
Yeah,
remember the
that
scene.
was good. All of
Yeah,
it.
that's Tom Atkins' character.
Your
I
second
know, that's why I
question.
was going to look it up and I forgot.
What horror journeyman has a cameo as one of the garbage men seen at the end of Creepshow?
Savini, final answer.
I think I heard you say Tom Savini, and that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah. Your third question. What was Billy Cutshaw's profession before he was institutionalized in the ninth configuration?
Should have looked more into this. Multiple choice.
A. Astronaut. B. U.S. Senator. C. Chemist. Or D. College professor.
I'm thinking college professor.
Yeah. That was standing out to me a little bit. Honestly, I don't know.
All right.
College professor, final answer?
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A. Astronaut, B. U.S. Senator, C. Chemist, or D. College professor?
Eric,
He's
I'm
an
pretty sure
astronaut.
you have it, but I was going to say astronaut.
Yeah, astronaut, final answer.
He was an astronaut. That is correct.
Good job, guys.
Your fourth question. In what location in Antonio Bay does the opening scene of The Fog take place?
Isn't like wait, in what location? So we're looking for
I have
is
a
it like
guess.
a campsite? Because aren't they talking in like a campsite area?
4, 3.
Repeat.
That's your second repeat. In what location in Antonio Bay does the opening scene of The Fog take place?
I mean,
Oh,
do you
wait,
want to go? Do you want to go for it, or do you want to go to multiple just to cover our butts? I mean, I do remember them around a fire, but
Yeah. You want to go with campsite just to see?
5, 4,
all right.
3.
Campsite. Final answer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 2-point steal. In what location in Antonio Bay does the opening scene of The Fog take place?
Eric, I'm pretty sure it's the lighthouse, right?
I was thinking that or the church, but I think it ends in the church, so it makes sense that it starts in the lighthouse. So
Yeah,
go for it.
so lighthouse, final answer.
That is also incorrect. Hunter remembers the scene exactly. That is exactly what's happening, but they're sitting on the beach around a fire, not...
Oh
I knew they were around a fire.
They're definitely around a fire.
Yeah.
They're just sitting on the beach.
I remember watching
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie for
right.
61 days, and I was like, I remember them telling like
Yeah,
a
I've
ghost
seen it
story or
recently and I
something.
forgot.
Yeah, I've
And
seen it.
your final question in Tom Atkins: who directed Night of the Creeps?
Final answer.
Just, I mean, you cut out. I think you said it right. Just say it again.
Fred Decker. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 points.
Good job.
Thanks.
Sorry, Jeremy. I was
That's
thinking
okay.
it was a fire. and I
You were on
thought
the right
it was
track. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you described the scene exactly how it happens. They just weren't. They're just not in the forest. They are definitely on sand.
Yeah.
At the end of round 2, all told, Krew getting their score up to 19. Scream Kings that their score to 15. But anything could happen in our final round, which is the synopsis round.
I know.
Prior to the match, both sides chose 3 general horror categories to put into a pool. Starting with the side that is trailing, a category is chosen from the pool and it'll remove it for the remainder of the round. You get a 2-point question in that category. Sides progress going through 2, 3, and 5-point questions. When the lead changes hand, control changes hands, and they choose from a rather diminishing set of questions until either I ask 6 questions or one team is mathematically eliminated. So, Scream Kings, you will choose first. And the categories you can choose from today are... Oh, I have to update this. Well, it'll be 1960s and earlier, the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2020s, horror comedies, and sci-fi horror. What would you like?
What do you think, Jeremy?
You maybe want to do horror comedies, and then we
I'm good
can
with that.
save 2020s for 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
fine
do
with
horror
that.
comedy.
All
All
right.
right. So, yeah, I asked you your questions. So, Aaron will ask you your horror
Can
comedy
we both
question.
collaborate?
Yep,
on all
you
3?
collab on all the
Yeah,
questions.
no,
now,
yeah.
yep.
All right. For 2 points in horror comedies. 2 high school nobodies crashed the last major celebration on New Year's Eve, 1999. The night becomes crazier than they could have ever dreamed when the clock strikes midnight. Name that.
Y2K. Oh, sorry. Y2K, right, Hunter? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it
Yeah,
sounds like it. Yep.
Yeah. Y2K. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And we'll stay with
That's
you.
the new Rachel's.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't have
We'll
known
stay
that. I
with
haven't
you
seen it.
for the 3-point question here, which
Okay. I feel like you're pretty good on 2020s, Hunter. Do you think you can take a 3 on that?
Unless you want to go 90s, since we both kind of know 90s well, we can kind of bounce off each other with that one.
The last time I did 90s in a singles match, it didn't go too well for me. So I'm just.
I mean,
and
we can go 2020s and we can work around it. I mean, I've seen a lot of those. So do you want to do 2020s?
You're always pulling those deep cuts when we study. So I'm.
All right.
Let's
wanna
give
go 2020s
2020s
then?
a shot. Yeah,
Alright.
let's give it a shot.
all right, for 3 points in 2020s. A crew of researchers working for a deep-sea drilling company try to research safety after an earthquake devastates their research facility located at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Name this movie.
This is the Meg 2, The Trench.
Oh, okay. Underwater, right?
Meg
Yeah.
2, The Trench, final answer.
That is incorrect. The answer is actually underwater.
Water, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good one.
Does that take place in the Mariana Trench? Oh.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking underwater, Hunter, but that's okay, man.
I could have sworn
Making
that
the one in the
was-
Meg has
that
another
also
name.
takes place in the Marinara Trench.
The Marinara Trench.
Marinara
The
Trench. Yes.
All right. It's
so
still
I
us,
wish-
right?
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's try for 80s, I guess.
All right.
All right. And Slime Ball Rama has been taken, so I'm sorry.
I always
But-
wanted to answer that one.
Yeah, in 1980s for 5 points. After being kidnapped for ransom by 4 criminals, a school teacher and her students flee into a cave and build fortifications in anticipation of a decisive battle with their captors. Name that movie.
I know exactly what movie this is, but I can't remember the title. It's an Australian movie.
Okay.
They talked about
You
it on one of my
remember-
podcasts.
Can you remember anything about it? Like any letters?
It's a one-word
maybe?
title, and it's like there's another horror movie that has the same title, but I can't remember what it is. Dang it!
4.
Repeat.
All right.
I know
Last
exactly what
repeat
movie this is.
for 5 points. After being kidnapped for ransom by 4 criminals, a school teacher and her students flee into a cave and build fortifications in anticipation of a decisive battle with their captors. Name that movie for 5 points.
It's like Havoc or something. That's not right. It's something like that. Havoc or
Hatchet? Not Hatchet.
No.
That's 80s.
This is
That's
an 80s. This is an 80s Australian grindhouse
5,
movie.
4,
We have one more repeat.
3,
Yeah.
2,
Damn it.
Repeat.
and your final repeat there. After being kidnapped for ransom by 4 criminals, a school teacher and her students flee into a cave.
I'm sorry, Hunter. I can't
Indications
pull the title,
in
man.
anticipation
You're
of
fine.
a decisive battle with their captors. Name that movie.
Since you went with Havoc and you thought of Havoc, you want to just go for it?
It's not right, but it's something like that. It's something very similar to that. It's a one word. All right,
You wanna
good
go
game,
for it?
guys. Havoc, final answer. That's not right.
And your winners by PKO, the Skeleton Krew.
Jeremy, everything you said was correct. It is a one-word title. It shares a title with
Yep.
another movie. It shares a title with Christopher Lambert's Fortress, because this is Fortress.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I
being
listened to
said-
that I listened to that podcast like 6 months ago. They talked
sorry,
about that
Jeremy.
on-screen
I-
junkies. That's
I
all
messed
right.
up a lot in that round.
That's okay, man. Good
I
game.
mean, you guys played great. You were ahead of round one.
Yeah.
Round two, you just kind of spun Tom Atkins, which, I mean, unless you're prepping it specifically.
Literally, both those questions I was going to look up. I bet they'll ask those questions. I better look those up, and then I just forgot. I better remind myself how he died,
And
and I
the
better
fog
look up.
one, the fog one, I was like, I'm so mad at myself because I was thinking either a beach or I was thinking either.
I remember
knew they were
them
at a
around the campfire too. Yeah, so I
Campfire,
was
yeah.
like, maybe it was a beach campsite. Yeah, and then
I think if you had said campfire, I probably would have had to give it to you, but that's not really a location.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely
Yeah.
where they are, but they're definitely like in like the jetty, and there's all the beach around them.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
and I was literally like, well, it's either Underwater or Meg 2. Like I knew it was one of those two.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna try to talk to you about Underwater, but that's all right.
The only
It had
reason
trench in the description, so that's all right.
the only reason why I went with the Meg 2 is because we've already had a question about underwater, and I didn't think they'd dive deep into another one. So
It's been a while though, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that
definitely.
was probably a year ago we got that question. So fair
yeah,
game.
I
But-
mean, fair questions all around. Congratulations to them. Hopefully, we showed that we can come in and even unprepared. You know,
I honestly
challenge
thought
anybody.
I honestly thought they might destroy us in round one. So I mean, the fact that we were ahead in round one and I had a good showing there, and you did you held up our end as well. I feel good about that, and you know,
Yeah.
we just got to tighten up a little bit with some of these other categories that we get. You know, they're a little out of our wheelhouse, and I think we'll have a much better go around. We just
And
a little
I
rusty. It's been a
mean,
while.
In round two, like if they go perfect, you have to go perfect as well. So
Yeah.
the fact that they took our category and ran with it, like ran the board
You know,
with
we
it,
probably would have gotten many more points in Horkham, but getting 6 in that category was pretty good. So
yeah,
I mean, if it just, you know, had gone a little differently, you know, if they hadn't had such a great round two, I mean, we were playing a pretty good game there, so I feel good about it.
definitely.
Well, I don't know what's up next for you guys, but you're definitely going to be back eventually. We're going to probably just sort through this teams thing, and then
No
the next
problem.
go round, you'll be right back in the thick of things because you're not dropping too far down the rankings. But always a pleasure having you guys.
Thank you.
Drop you backstage. Bring in today's winners, the new best record in the league, the Skeleton Krew.
Besides the champs, of course.
Well, I mean, they're just you have more wins. they have a better percentage. You have more wins.
There you go.
You're definitely progressing back towards a rematch. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm never beating the allegations that you carry me, Eric. So I don't know if I should take solace in that or just like I'm just like the guy from Run. Like you're just hitting me in the back with the thing from Run, Fat Boy Run. I'm like, catch up. I'm like, I'm trying.
Eric, do you think maybe you and Jeremy should dump your partners and create a super team?
No, that's fine. Like teams should be even, I guess. No, I'm kidding. No. I'm like Luke Skywalker, you're Majota. Sometimes you carry me. Like the title match, you played much better than me, to be honest. So it's not like every time I came and I like do what I do normally in round two when I get the chance to do it. But don't feel bad about it. Like I like to do that. But that's fine. To follow up on the other thing, major props to the Scream Kings. So obviously they are a great team. They balance each other up really well. They whatever they didn't get, they were super close to getting it. Like both the round 3 they didn't get, and the round 2 ones they were super close to it. I didn't even remember how the fog started, so he was much closer than I would be. So they have no shame in this. They always play great, and they surely will be in title contention at some point against whoever is the champ. I don't know, but yeah.
All right. Well, I also don't know what's next for you guys, but you will be getting another match soon. Once all the teams have had a match, you'll get another match, and then whichever team is doing the best will get a title match, I imagine. So, is there anybody you haven't played you want to play?
Well, I mean, we've already played Black Shabbat, but I'd like to face them again.
We have to win a couple more times to be back at that.
I would like to play.
That's
very true.
What's the name? Revenge. Return, Revenge, Resurrection. I like Dean a lot, so that should be fun.
If they win their next match, I could definitely see that happening. So
has Ryko formed a team yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
They debuted and everything.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. I would like to play them. Of course, they called us out super early. That's super early to call us out, guys. Like, win some more. Yes. But yeah, there's many new teams I would like to play. There's a lot of great people that are joining the team. There are some not so great people that are leaving the league, so I'm happy about that. I'm glad we weren't cursed about it. I'm sorry, Jacob.
Scarlet letter.
Yeah, you have to get yourself a Scarlet JC. They're your initials too. It makes sense that you would wear them.
Glasses and just wear them right here.
Yeah. That being said, we'll drop you guys backstage. We'll put a bow on this match. Aaron, final thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a case of, the Skeleton Krew just cleaning up in round 2. Like, if you clean sweep a round 2 in this league, you've earned it. Like, period. And especially in a category like Jenna Ortega, it's quite a few, different movies, and like you have to be ready for that. So, those were not like gimme questions either. I think they were relatively all over the place in her filmography. I didn't ask any American Carnage questions, but who wants to? Yeah. But John, I hope that your elbow's feeling better after some good trivia here.
Yeah, I did. I rested on the pillow, and I think I get a good 5 minutes out of it here on the hardwood. So, hey, if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. Go to the Letterboxd challenge on Letterboxd and join us and watch movies. I watched a shitty one this week. It happens sometimes. Schedule here is always the same now. Sunday, my daughter and like 15 other little girls on the street review animated and family horror movies, and people seem to like it a lot. Monday, Will and I waste like 20 minutes a week, and then I spend like an hour editing a video that gets like 3 views. It's great. It's called Versus. And then Aaron has a show that's a new show on Wednesdays, Aaron Unwinds. I think it's doing pretty well. Yeah. Thursdays, Why We Love Horror, and Fridays, you're watching it. Why We Love Horror Trivia. Again, I'm JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks for Jacob and for Hunter and for Jeremy and for Eric. We appreciate you stopping by. See you next week.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!